following podcast is not real. Currently, we're in a dark period of the show where the characters must endure long stretches of inactivity and demoralizing treatment. And when you think about it, so must we. But far be it from me to interfere with a Wi-Fi signal emanating from a magical land. When I joined the Order of the Bunker Guardians, I took an oath to monitor the barrier between worlds but never interfere. That and edit the newsletter once a cycle. That was the oath. In the meantime, place your expectations right around the 50% mark and enjoy the show.
Hello from the Magic Tavern, a weekly podcast from the imprisoned magical world of Foon. I'm your host, Arnie Niekamp. If you've never listened to the podcast before, this is more or less what's going on. About 2 years and a month or so ago, I fell through a dimensional portal in Chicago into the magical, fantastical land of Foon. Unfortunately, a lot of it has been taken over by the Dark Lord. He's imprisoned me and my co-host and most of the town of Hogsface, and are forcing us to continue to record our podcast here in the tavern, the Vermilion Minotaur, in the town of Hogsface, in the land of Foon. As always, I'm joined by my co-captive and co-host, Chunt, the Talking Badger.
Yeah, how's it going?
It's going okay. You know, I think I'm sort of acclimating to the sort of the new status quo a little bit. How about you, though? I worry. I feel like you're in a slightly worse situation than I am.
Things are starting to get better. I'm starting to make friends with my guards.
Oh, that's good.
They kind of rotate the guards who watch over my cell, but yeah, I'm starting to make friends with them and just learn a lot about. I used to have two guards. They were both named Gene. Mm-hmm. Just two really.
They were both named Gene.
Both named Gene. Very svelte dudes. Very skinny.
Wow.
And I just hate skinny jeans. Like
they. Oh sure. Yeah.
They looked cool.
Yeah.
But it was also, at some point, it just became uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So when they would, rotate, I'd be like, thank God.
Yeah.
Right?
Isn't it weird, though? Like, don't you feel like years and years ago, you would never see skinny jeans? Jeans would be fat.
Yeah, you'd think, like, sausages and, like, yeah.
But the new guards...
The new guards are great. Mm-hmm. It's this woman, Dolores, and there's this little boy named Pip.
Yeah.
Little Pip boy.
Little Pip boy.
Yeah.
And what does your friendship with these guards look like?
Pip was telling me he's from a place called Sanctuary Hills. Mm-hmm. He's a very nice young man, very stern, very capable, knows his way around weapons.
Wow.
And Dolores is just she's just a real small talker. A lot of like, what's the weather like? And I'm like, you're existing in the same weather I'm existing in.
Yeah, it's weird that she's allowed to go outside and you are less allowed to go outside, and she's asking you what the weather's like.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like a tactic of like mental break, like trying to mentally break me down.
Chunt,
it's working.
Chunt, Dolores might not be your friend. She might just be trying to crack you.
I think it's just Dolores being Dolores.
Hard to tell.
Although she's tough as well. Because at one point I go, can I go outside? Like, can I go outside to see the weather? And she goes, catch me outside. And I said, what? And she goes, catch me outside. How about that?
Wow.
And she just got real street.
She got real street?
Real street. Dolores seems like she's like a meek, small talker. And then she just came out of her shell, and it was terrifying.
What is, like, Foon street? Like, what is street in Foon?
Like an urchin. Mm-hmm. Like a street urchin.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're street,
tattered,
you're begging
we're just wearing
for
a lot
money.
Of tattered clothes.
Yeah. You're begging for money. You have a stench to you. You talk with a weird accent at times.
Sure.
You're probably parentless.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, I'm joined by my other co-captive and co-host, Usidore.
I am Usidore, wizard of the 12th realm of Ephesius, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical delights, devourer of chaos, champion of the...
Oh, no. Usidore, wake up! Wake up!
Sorry.
Why'd you put your keys up on the table?
What?
Why'd you put your keys up on the table?
Chunt, Dolores just overcracked you, I think. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Can I be honest, though? I feel like when we do podcasts now, because I can be cooped up for a while,
yeah.
I do just want to kind of air some grievances.
Oh.
And I feel like I love you guys so much.
Well, I love
and
you
I'm
too,
so
buddy.
thankful to be here with you.
But
Usidore, I feel like your back rubs have gotten a little half-assed.
oh yeah,
There's not a lot of oomph behind it.
They're feeding me a potion that not only drains my magical powers, but my physical health, so I am deteriorating slowly.
look, I know you've been fed a potion that is destroying you from the inside, but we've all got tough stuff going on, Usidore. Part of your job on the podcast is to give me a back rub while I'm introducing the show.
Sorry. Let me... here, I'll go rub your back some more.
All right. Oh, good. So, Chunt.
How's that?
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
That is great. So, guys, I haven't talked enough about my situation. No guards outside my room. So I've kind of come to realize I can sort of come and go as I please. Can kind of walk around the town of Hogsface, go outside a lot. Or let me rephrase that. I could go outside a lot. But you know what? The day just disappears on you. You know what that's like? Where you're like, the day is like half done. And you're like, I haven't gone outside all week.
Oh, yeah, we've met.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm going to start getting out and walking around Hogsface a little more, figuring out ways that we can maybe escape. All three of us.
They gave me a rotten plum.
Oh, that's a tough break. Actually, Pip, my guard,
Yeah.
was telling me that...
That wasn't the end of my story.
Oh, go ahead with the plum. So you ate a plum.
Oh, no, where did they get
I
it to?
ate the rotten plum.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Also...
Usidore, look, I know they're giving you a potion that is destroying you from the inside, but we still all
it's
have
also
to have
made me
stories that are a little bit interesting.
It's made me a terrible storyteller.
Oh, no. Usidore, that's like one of the one things you had going for you.
I also don't know if this is new news to you, but Pip knows you as Dusty Tomes, and Dolores knows you as Dick Bisque.
Dick Bisque.
What are they? What are they? Are they gnomes?
I don't know what they are. They look fairly human.
I think the gnomes might know me as Dick Bisque. What was the other name? Dusty Tomes?
Dusty Tomes?
I might have met him at a concert. Also...
Are they porn stars? I
Also-
feel like both of those sound like porn names to
Also,
me.
this one time... Shut up. This one time, so we were all going to the...
Well, this story's
the
not
river.
going to... This is not going to be a good
There is
story.
no
we're all going
specificity.
to the river.
Give us some
together.
details to munch on.
You have never been so grandpa.
But we all went to the river, and at the river's mouth, we all
Oh, God, he's telling this story again when he went down to the river.
took the horses.
Take me to the water.
You can. So we led the horses to the water, and they drank the water.
You made them drink the water?
And no, they decided
could.
to.
Impossible. Even for a wizard.
One for the ages, Dusty Tomes.
You are so, like, off your game. I just want to talk to the guard. Like, let's bring in one of the guards that sort of stand on the side of the room while we do the podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's just
That-
interview
I'd-
one of the guards. And guys, we won't say this to the guard, but we can try to pump the guard for information we can use to try to escape.
Why don't we talk to them for information? Why would you pump them?
Oh, okay. Guys, let's talk to them for information to use to escape.
Great.
We were all out drinking, and we.
Who's
were up
we? You don't
till
even
like-
define
like
we.
What,
three.
is this the same story?
And
That's-
then
Is
we
this
all
by the
decided
river?
to
There's
get waffles.
no context.
It was a really fun night.
But-
we were so wasted. So we were going to talk to a guard.
Yes. Oh, hey, guard. I'm so sorry. I don't know your name. Would you mind talking in one of the microphones?
Hello.
Hello. Hey, guard. And what's your name?
Oh, everybody knows my name. I'm a man.
Yeah, sir. Okay, sir. That's a weird opener.
You can call me Gregor.
Gregor? Okay. Gregor, what's it like being a guard for the Dark Lord?
It's okay. It's you work hard and you don't get this special treatment like you want when you do a good job, and it's hard. Nobody pays you the
Nobody pays you?
well, that one I don't. He keeps saying I'm doing it pro bono.
Oh, no.
You too? You're getting paid pro bono?
Yeah.
I would be on the edge if someone didn't pay me.
Yeah, I know. How are you going to find what you're looking for?
I don't know.
Well, it's a beautiful day.
Well, once I finally do get paid, I'm sure it will be the sweetest thing.
Yeah.
Your accent, it sounds like the cadence of your voice. Are you, Gregory, from the mountain?
Yes, of course. Me and both of my penis also comes from the mountain.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, my penis comes too.
From the mountain?
It can,
You're
depending
into
on
what you're into.
Hello, Gregor. I am Usidore. I am a man, and I'm very pleased to meet you.
Everyone, it's me.
What?
Don't draw any attention
Gregor,
to what
your
you've
voice.
just seen. My name isn't Gregor.
What? That's a weird thing to lie about.
Perhaps you gentlemen remember
That
at
voice.
one time in my life, I used to be a sheriff.
She's the sheriff.
She was. The
Gianessa?
sheriff, it's me, Gianessa.
Gianessa, it's so good to see you. We're happy you're alive after the scourge that came over Fog's face and nearly killed us all.
It was a nightmare, everyone. I'm so happy to see you, but remember, if anyone comes up here, immediately start talking about my penis.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
yes.
of course.
That's right. It was very convincing. Yeah, I forgot that for the first 5 years of being the sheriff, you had to pretend to be a man.
Yes.
So you have a lot of experience.
I have so much experience.
Yeah.
I was in Dram for a long time,
You were in Drain.
dressed as a man.
Oh, dressed as a man.
Yes.
Have you ever been to a dram show, Arnold?
I don't think I have been to a dram show.
They're a lot of fun.
I bet they are.
They're so much fun.
Everybody dresses like a man.
Sure.
It's easy for men.
Sure.
And they'll have dram races
Yeah.
where you kind of sprint 100 yards
Uh-huh.
to see who's fastest.
Yeah, that is great. But do you ever feel like you just have, like, people just showing up as, like, tourists at the dram show?
Oh, yes. Do you know how many times when I was in Dram, women who were about to be brides and all of the people who were standing up with them, they would show up and ruin everything.
Yeah. And you're like, look, we are gathered here trying to pretend to be men to get jobs that we are worried we cannot get as women.
Yes. All I'm trying to do is earn your respect as a man. Don't come in here and make this about you getting married.
You have my deepest respect, and I'm so glad that you are here in disguise and are ready to break us all out from our prisons.
Yeah, Gianessa, are you here to rescue us and break us out of Hog's Face?
I'm trying my best.
Oh, good.
And I have to be honest. Usidore, I'm glad you're alive.
Oh, I was very concerned that I would be the first to fall, but yea, they have kept me alive for some reason. And as soon as I am free, I promise to help you fight crime again.
Thank you so much.
I'll clean up these streets. I'll do whatever it takes to
Oh,
Usidore, something. That
Something
potion has
is
done something to your
choking on his
vigilante
tongue.
voice.
that voice once used to send shivers down my nethers.
Yeah.
One of the days that they gave me the potion, I got to drink a little bit of it, and then later on I drank the rest of it, and then I drank.
Great story.
Then I drank the plum, or I ate the plum. Never mind, I ate the plum.
Oh, no.
That's the whole
plum?
story.
I'm so sorry for you. Once a great teller of tales you were.
Ah, great.
You still have some plum on your thumb.
Oh, yeah, yes, this is the one I took out of a pie, though. I was sitting over in the corner.
So, Gianessa, we didn't hear, like, how did you survive the Battle of Hog's Face? When the Dark Lord and all the orcs attacked, we never heard what happened to you.
I was living in a creek.
Oh, no.
It was horrible. I was so pruny.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. Just in the creek?
Yes.
Gianessa, were you in the creek before the attack?
I'll be honest, I had gotten very tired. It was a long time coming, my nap, and so I just went into the creek because nothing soothes me quite like water sounds.
Sure. Just a quick creek nap.
Yeah, just a very quick one that ended up lasting actually a lot longer than I couldn't move.
Yeah.
The creek was surrounded.
Because actually we were getting ready to leave for the quest, and you said you would go on the quest if I helped you clean up crime in Hog's Face.
Yes.
You weren't there when we were trying to leave, so
Now that is on me.
I was a little disappointed. I'll be honest.
I think I met you at the wrong rock formation because I am so sorry.
Right
That's
time, wrong
okay.
rock. That's the story of story of what went down.
I told Gianessa to meet us at the first rock marker out of Foon, which is confusing because the first rock marker out of Foon is through the gates, but there's a rock marker at the gates
At
of
the
Foon.
gates of Foon.
So if I say the first rock marker, you have to be very specific. Is it the first one at the gates or outside of the gates?
I was outside of the gates, right,
Oh, okay.
right by the creek.
Right by the creek.
I love rocks.
What percentage of your directions are rock related, would you say, Usidore?
Probably about 85%. Because, rocks, the thing about rocks is they're all different shapes and sizes and colors. And if you look at them, you can see the different shapes and sizes and colors. And if you touch them, they sometimes have different textures. So sometimes I explain the texture of the rock, and other times I describe how it looks. And if you taste them, sometimes they taste different, so I'll even describe the taste of the rock. And this one time, I was out collecting rocks, and I put them all in my pocket, and then I fell asleep.
And then...
That's the whole story.
I think Usidore fell asleep.
No, I fell over. Sorry.
Banged his head on the table.
I'm fine.
Well, anyway, that story does remind me that it's so easy to fall asleep when you're waiting for someone at a rock formation.
Exactly.
Sure, oh yeah, it sounds like.
Was that a story, or was it more like a geode to rocks?
I like to think of it as a geode to rocks.
Yes.
And I also wanted to commiserate with you about falling asleep.
Of course.
It happens to...
Were you going to say to the best of us or to the worst of us?
To the best of us. And then Arnold said, "Oh, quartz."
I said, of course.
Oh, well, whatever.
So, Gianessa, you avoid being captured by the minions of the Dark Lord.
Yes.
What have you been doing since then?
Well, to be honest, I've been plotting my revenge.
Oh, good.
This entire time.
Yeah, we're into it. We're into
Yes.
revenge.
You know who I'm going to get first.
Who?
That son of a bitch, Dugrinth.
Oh, Dugrinth. Yeah, the deputy. We've heard he's the new sheriff.
Oh, if that's what we want to call, that's pissing on the title of sheriff a little bit. But yes.
Yea, certainly we will assist you in any way we can. I never liked Dugrinth. I'll be honest, I'll just say it. He's a twerp.
Yeah, he's kind of derpy.
He is a bit derpy.
Derp, 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 derp,
Yeah,
derp, 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 derp,
Oh,
derp.
is that what that... Okay. This is the first time I've laughed in months.
Oh, that sounds like
wonderful.
a cough. Oh, sounds just like a cough.
I've been sleeping in a river a creek.
I mean, all the things that makes a creek not as good as a river
It's so
make it better
low.
for sleeping in than a river.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah. But, you know, a river, you would just drown.
Right.
I'd rather sleep in a creek.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they
I think
giving
someone-
you the same potion to tell stories?
I think so. I just been drinking anything I can find. There's not as much alcohol around anymore, I've noticed.
Well, gentlemen, if you need a drink, I've been making some in the latrines.
Oh. Ooh.
Yes, latrine hooch.
I love latrine hooch.
Hooch.
Are you making a bathtub gin, or is it just a general hooch?
It's just whatever ferments. I wouldn't go ahead and put a brand on it.
That's fair. No type. Just throw in a potato, throw in a beet. Whatever might turn into alcohol after a while.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, wonderful.
I have some, and if gentlemen would like, I bottled it.
I'll take a little
yeah.
nip. Yeah, I'd love a
Here.
nip.
Yeah.
Here you go, everybody. Some.
Oh, that is strong stuff.
Is this supposed to taste like this?
I can't tell. I've never done it before.
Hand it to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite wonderful.
Oh.
I like that quite a bit.
Usidore!
He really perked up.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That's really good.
For just a second, that brought you back.
Usidore, take one more sip.
I'll take one more sip. Ah, yes. Ah, what a wonderful and powerful drink you have created in thine very latrine. Aye, with your piping and your bathroom ways, you have found a way.
Well, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is there's a way to get Usidore back. The bad news is he's going to have to be drunk as fuck.
No.
Usidore.
Did I tell you guys about the time I was collecting rocks?
Damn it.
All right, let's take a quick break, and when we get back, I want to learn more about what Gianessa has been up to.
It's like he's slowly turning into Can.
Oh.
'Tis I, Usidore, and I command thee. Go to patreon.com/Magic Tavern right now and become a member and get all of our wonderful bonus content.
So, Gianessa, you've been pretending to be a guard, and you've been plotting your revenge on Dugrinth.
Yes.
What are you going to do to him?
I'll be honest, my first priority is to overturn the Dark Lord, as we all know.
Oh, sure.
There's so much going on.
Oh, what a wonderful penis you have.
Oh, wait, guards. There are guards. Yeah.
Are we not men?
Yeah, all of us. All four of us.
Everybody here.
We've all got a penis, including me. Why am I talking about my penis so much?
They went on by. It's fine. Sorry about that. Sorry.
You know what? I think what we've also learned is if people come into the room that you don't want to hear what you're talking about, just start all talking about your penises, and people will be like, oh, maybe I'll come back later.
Or not.
Well, either way, you learn something.
Yes, true.
Depends on the tavern you're in.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So Gianessa, what are you going to do to Dougrith?
Well, I could put him in the dungeon. I could put him in the stocks. We could all throw things at him. Or, am I wrong? Should he be dragged or something?
I would hang him from the Joshua tree.
The tree?
Yeah, Joshua's tree.
Yes, that Joshua planted.
Yes.
What do you mean when you say he should be dragged?
I just mean his reputation and also his body should be dragged quite a distance.
Yeah.
Oh.
But fast, like a race.
Or like in an intense chase situation.
Ooh, like drag his body like real fast and like also be like really upset, like
Fast and furious?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So at this
Do
drag
that
race-
7 or 8 times.
Well, as long as it's not too fast and too furious, I would.
I don't. That would be ludicrous. But I feel like if you do it 7 or 8 times, that's a sweet spot.
Look, I feel like the first time you do it, it'll be good. The second time, it'll be not so great. The third time, you're like, what's even going on with this dragging? The fourth...
You're saying we're drifting away from the main drag?
Well, then I'm going to say... But then, like, once you get up to, like, the fifth time you're furious, you're like, you're furious 5, then I feel like you got the sweet spot, and things are just going to get better from there.
But if it is some sort of drag race, maybe around 3 or 4, what if there's a tie race?
Isn't there a point where the whole thing just seems silly? It's like you're still really dragging him around everywhere. Move on to something else.
Look, if I've learned anything from the last 2 years and 1 month, it's that once things get to a point where they're too silly, you just keep going. You just keep going forward.
That is true. I suppose I've learned the same lesson, that there is no point in pretending that you aren't going to just trot out the same old crap you trot out every week. People seem to love it every week when we talk about...
People seem to love it.
Peanuts or almonds or...
You said penis wrong. Oh, get nuts?
Yeah, I'm talking about getting nuts right now.
Oh, man.
I'm not talking about this show. I'm talking about the popular show we do.
It is weird that, like, all the guards... Like, I feel like a celebrity, where all the guards are like, get nuts! And they, like, say my catchphrase to me, and I'm like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So one person threw half a walnut at me. I think it was some sort of
A
fan
good
thing.
thing, yeah.
It hit me in the eye.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Gianessa, is there any way to get out of here? Is there any secret tunnel? I mean, the I don't know if you know the guard Pip. Pip was saying that there's a vault number 111 or something that maybe leads outside. Is there any sort of...
Well, as you know, I have a very firm grasp on really all of Hogsface. I have a
No one
grasp.
knows this city better than the former sheriff.
Yes. As far as I know, there is a way, maybe 2 out. But I'm sure those tunnels have collapsed by now. It might take some digging. It might take some work, but I'm trying to convince the people of this damn town to help.
Yeah.
But I can't reveal myself, and no one wants to help me as the ugly man I am.
Oh, that's fair.
I think you're a very handsome man. by
Here's
the way,
what we
in your
need.
man outfit.
Here's what we need, guys. We need a mole on the inside, and then I'll have sex with it, and then I'll dig us out of here.
Oh, wait. When you said a mole on the inside.
I mean a mole. Like
Oh,
a mole.
okay. Yeah.
She said you're going to have to dig the tunnel.
Yeah.
I've been requesting that they send me a tapestry of my sweet love Genlevia to hang in my small prison cell so that I could dig a hole right behind that image of her and keep it hidden behind that tapestry of Genlevia.
Is that the one you keep throwing rocks at?
Yes, I would put the rocks in my robe and just shake them out of my robes whenever they let me out.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a tapestry of Klimt's The Kiss.
What's that?
Haven't I told you about Klimt?
No, who's Clint?
He's an artist here in Foon.
Oh.
He has this very famous tapestry that's called The Kiss.
Oh.
It's
And I feel like a
gorgeous.
lot of, at a certain age, it's like, you just put it up on your wall.
Sure.
We haven't told you about Rick Klimt before?
No.
Rick's a good guy.
Good guy, solid
good guy.
Great guy.
I mean, some of his stuff is really pretty obvious.
Sure.
The kiss is a picture of 2 people kissing.
Oh, okay. So, but Gianessa, you're trying to get everyone in the city together to rise up, or at least to try to escape.
Yes.
Is there any way we can help?
Well, yes, no one will listen to me.
We're listening.
Arnie, I know you said that you liked my man outfit, but I am not doing a good enough job of getting these people to like me.
Of course you are.
Gianessa, do you need help on being a man?
Yes. What can you teach me? What can I do better?
Well, we can teach you how to walk like a man, talk like a man, walk like a man, my son. Walk like a man, it's easy if you can. Walk like a man. Ooh.
You already said those.
Oh, did I say some of those already?
Yeah.
It's very important that when you're talking to someone that you don't sit and face them and make eye contact, but rather that you sit side by side and talk outwards.
Okay. I should have known this. I was a man semi-convincingly for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, someday we'll make a man out of you. Why don't you sit, angle your knees outward?
Okay.
Yeah, even wider. Yep. There you go. Take up some space.
Yeah.
And kind of bump into Arnie and Usidore.
Yeah, you're really taking up more
But this
space.
is your space.
No. This is what you should do.
Yeah.
Take up space that does not belong to me.
Exactly.
But pretend that it does.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Just on the off chance you'll be inconvenienced and have to give up any small amount of that space.
Okay.
Here's a little test for you. Oh, I heard that the Dark Lord is terrible.
He's a good... Wait, what's this test?
You failed the test already. I'll just say the same thing that I just said, but say it to me.
You already failed this test already.
No, the Dark Lord thing.
Oh, I was really not paying attention.
Just
Of
say
course
it to
you
me.
weren't.
Chunt, you say it to me.
I heard that the Dark Lord is wonderful.
Well, actually, let me tell you about the Dark
Oh.
Lord. There are some things you need to understand about the Dark Lord, and I'm going to explain them to you. Okay? Are you listening
I
now?
respect your opinion because
There
of
we
the way
go.
you're dominating this conversation.
Exactly.
Yes, all right. So when... Especially if a female says to me...
Yes.
The Dark Lord is... let's say he doesn't treat women the same way he treats men.
Right.
I say the phrase, well, actually,
Exactly.
and explain why he does treat them just fine.
Let's role play. Arnold, you're a woman.
Okay. Hey, hello.
Oh, that's
Look,
very
I'm
good.
just another woman like you all. I've got a vagina.
Here, let me sit next to you and push my leg up against yours when I shouldn't be touching you.
Very good.
Well, maybe I can fix you.
You think you can fix me? That implies that I'm broken.
Well, I wouldn't say it, but I might believe it and give up way too many years of my life trying.
You're ugly and you're overweight and you're a bitch.
Damn.
Oh, I feel bad. I feel real bad. I feel worse than I sound.
And you sound like a wild and crazy guy.
I'm sorry. I gotta break out of this role play.
was-
That's really awful. Is that what it's like to be a woman in our space sometimes?
Didn't understand that I could just treat people the way I've been treated for all of these years.
Yes, exactly. And then, of course, the other horrible minions of the Dark Lord will take to you immediately.
Well, actually, Usidore, I know you think all men act like that, but
yes.
not all men are that terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, actually,
That's probably my fault.
lots of them are. Most. You three are all right. I think everybody here is.
Well, actually, not all three of us are all right, but
2/3.
that sounds good. I can agree. I can agree to that.
This is
Also, pee standing
so
up.
fun. Oh,
But
I
don't
did.
poop standing up because people won't let you hear the end of it.
Well, I did actually come up with a device that helps me go to the bathroom standing up.
Wow, what's this device?
It's number one, not number
Oh,
two.
okay, yeah.
Yes, even though I'm pretending to be a man, the lady in me still can't talk about that, and
Oh, okay, I get
you know, oh, it's amazing. I came upon a map maker, and all of a sudden, it occurs to me: take one of these maps, roll it up, put it in my pants.
Oh,
So when I stand up to use the bathroom,
yeah.
I just unfurl this rolled up map
Okay.
and I go. And it comes out in a stream, and it's amazing.
Does it have to be a map?
Well, it could be a scroll.
Oh, okay.
It could be any bit of I want to say parchment or any kind of thing that I could roll up.
Yeah,
But I feel
that's
like it
a-
is satisfying to go to a map maker and say, map maker, make me a cock, you know?
Sure. Oh, yeah. And this is something you've been trying to solve forever. When you saw that you could pee using a map, you're like, at last.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
A plum, that's a strange fruit.
It really is. When they're rotten, they're not particularly good at all. I suppose most rotten fruit isn't good to eat.
Wait one moment now. We started an experiment with me, but perhaps we could start one with you, Usidore.
Oh, yeah.
Start a story, and then take a sip of that latrine hooch I gave you.
Okay. Let's see. What should I tell a story about? I have so many wonderful adventures.
What's the first thing that comes to your head? Because I feel like that's...
Grass.
Grass?
Grass. One time I was laying in the grass looking up at the sky, and it was beautiful. It was a really nice day.
Take a swig.
And whenever I do look at that sky, I do think of the great purpose for which I was brought into Foon for. For even now I shall gather strength from the light and the shadow, and I shall become powerful again and defeat that Dark Lord. Yea, I shall ride forth with Grimhoof, the 5th fastest horse in Foon, and I shall destroy all who fight me. Yea, no longer shall I be Usidore the Diminished, but Usidore the Great.
I feel like it's just as hard to parse through, but just more confident.
Yeah, he's more lucid, but I'm like, I don't want to hear what he's saying anymore than I did before. It's just louder.
But it does feel good to have old Usi back.
That's true.
Usidore, keep drinking that. We'll take as much of that as you can smuggle in, please.
Oh, I will keep making it, I promise. And in the meantime, I feel like I should be talking to some potion masters to see if anyone can help you.
Find an alchemist or a potion maker and have them make some counter potion to the one that I've been taking. I would be forever grateful.
Yes.
Yeah, are there things that we could use to help us concoct a scheme to get out of here? I know I could use a book on glyphs. I've been trying to learn about glyphs because I know the Baron has tattoos all over his body with glyphs, with the Dark Lord's secret plans.
I have this plum.
Okay. So we have your plum.
Okay, hold on to that, buddy. Good.
But yeah, if you could smuggle in a book on glyphs.
Of course.
Yeah, or even just, like, not even a whole book, like some glyph notes or something.
Now, Gianessa.
Sure.
I must warn you that we are being forced to do the podcast by the Dark Lord. And though you are in disguise as a guard, often we will just ignore you and pretend like you aren't here.
That's wonderful.
To help you remain in disguise.
I like that because I don't want my identity given up.
No, we shall not.
Yes, the listeners should know that even though we may not directly talk to you each week, you're definitely here a lot of the time.
Yes. Well, it's a part-time job. That's all they would let me do as a guard, but I am...
Part-time?
Yes.
It's got to be hard to make a living on that, especially since they don't pay
They
you at all.
Don't pay me.
Part-time pro bono.
Isn't that horrible?
Strange.
So, Gianessa, thank you. Oh, no. Usidore.
Usidore. Sorry.
I didn't want to wake him, but the snoring.
Right, he's such an angel when he's sleeping, but it's loud. Hey.
Can we shove something in?
No, I'm awake.
Oh,
his eyes are wide open.
Oh, Usidore, you got to get that checked out. There's some...
Oh, no.
You've got, like, awake apnea or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, I'll try to breathe away from the mic.
So, Gianessa, we're so glad to have you back. Anything... Actually, Chunt, was there something you want Gianessa to try to smuggle in for you?
I guess maybe like a book on rocks, just so Arnie doesn't keep making the same of quartz joke over and over.
Of course.
Maybe just...
Of course.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Wait, that's how that expression goes?
Yes.
Of course.
There it is.
Yeah. I swear all my life I thought it was of quartz. Otherwise, why would I say it like that? That's weird.
It's true. It doesn't make any sense. I'm happy to do that, though.
So, Gianessa, I'm just curious, like, what do the guards talk about? Like, you have a lot of inside dirt on what the guards are like and what they want.
Some of them, I feel bad for them. Mm-hmm. There are several guards. Most of them are horrible.
Sure.
But there are a couple very nice, hardworking,
And some of them seem to have thought, well, the Dark Lord's really going to help the economy. But now that I see what all he's really doing, I'm not so on board.
Yes. They were supportive at first, even though it seemed to go against what was best for them and all of us.
I feel very sad for the minions who don't realize that some of the Dark Lord's policies are going to be the worst for them.
Oh, of course.
Of
They
course.
don't. But of course. I don't want to say they're not smart enough to understand or know better, but perhaps they're not.
Look, we're all dummies about something.
Yes, and you can't take these things for granted.
You cannot.
Hey, Chunt, have you gotten any emails?
Yeah, I've gotten a couple emails here. This is to chunt@gmail.com. That's Chunt with 6 T's. First one here is from Michaela King. It says, thank you for keeping me sane. I've been faithfully listening to your podcast for a while, and it's awesome. I just want to say thanks for the amazing stories, especially now. Well, wait till this episode. I'm in my first trimester of pregnancy, and I save new episodes for days when I feel particularly vomit-prone. Listening helps me drive home without thinking about puking. And the podcasts last just long enough for the whole drive. So thanks. You're awesome. Love you guys, Michaela. And Michaela, just to give her one of those amazing stories she's talking about, would you mind telling her a story about someone being pregnant?
Oh, of course. Once I saw Gianessa actually giving birth in the middle of the town square, and she lifted the baby up over her head in a triumphant manner, and then I found a rock.
I know you didn't ask me. I have a lot of amazing stories.
No, I didn't.
We did not
I
ask
have a
you.
lot of amazing
We did
stories.
not ask you.
So there are a bunch of people in a World War II fighter plane, and their landing gear doesn't work. But one of them's an artist, and he draws cartoon wheels.
What? That
He
is an
draws
amazing
cartoon
story.
wheels, and they all think they're going to die, but they just believe in him. He's kind of like their mascot. He's kind of like the most lovable one among them, and somehow the power of their belief in him make magical cartoon wheels, and they land the plane.
What an amazing
Wow.
story.
That's an amazing story.
What is a plane, a landing gear?
I know. I have to admit, there's a lot of context that I did not give for you guys.
No,
But
you
I
didn't.
heard a group of people believing in something,
A
and
group
that
of people
alone is
believing in
magic
something,
to
and
me.
that's an amazing story.
Let's read another email.
Great. This is from Pippa Bramley. Pippa says, just discovered the Magic Tavern podcast. I just want to say hey from the UK. UK?
Yeah, the United Kingdom. It's a country.
Oh.
There is a kingdom.
Discovered your podcast on Spotify today whilst feeling lousy and resting. You have brought joy to my heart all the way from Foon. I'm currently up to episode 10 and working my way through your podcast in order. Keep up the great work, and thanks for making my day a little more magical. Regards, Pippa.
She'll hear this in about 8 years.
We get a lot of emails from people who are just starting to listen. Like, people get really excited about interacting with the podcast in the first 20 episodes or so, and then after that they're like, I'm good.
I'm assuming they've all dropped off at this point.
Probably. But we need you more than ever. Oh, speaking of which, I have an email that is actually fairly current. You can also email me at magictavern@puppies.supplies. It's a real email address. My 11-year-old is about to turn 12. When asked what he wants for his birthday, he requested a Usidore t-shirt because, as he puts it, Usidore is savage. This request, however, was made before the Dark Lord and his minions conquered Foon. I'm worried that if he catches up with the episodes, he's probably on episode 10, before his birthday and learns what a weakling Usidore has become, his opinion of Usidore will change, and the money I spent on that t-shirt will have been wasted.
Damn, shots fired.
Please hurry up, escape, and repower Usidore so that my kid doesn't think I'm a schmuck for buying him a lame piece of Usidore-themed apparel for his birthday. Thanks, Nathan.
Sometimes all of us are weak. It is no crime to admit that you need help. And right now I need help. Go to UsidoreRocks.com. Purchase a t-shirt or a science pet tapestry on your world known as posters. Or just give Usidore the bird by clicking on the button, Give Usidore the bird.
And Nathan, we think we might have found a way to slowly make Usidore a little more savage, and your son can learn an important lesson that all you need is the healing power of hooch. Great lesson for a 12-year-old. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Spread your legs out when you're sitting next to girls and take up space that belongs to them.
Well, actually, he's 12. He's not 13. When he's 13, he'll be a man, and he can start to do those things.
All right. Good luck.
Well, by now you finish your morning commute, or if you're at home, time to wander broken into the kitchen and mentally wrestle with whether updating your LinkedIn profile is worth the effort. Chunt the Badger was played by Adal Rifai, which reminds me I'll have to sweep up the remains of the irony-sensing prism. It exploded when Adal criticized Arnie's choice of words. Usidore the Wizard was played by Matt Young. If vocal fry were bacon, well, Matt would be the winner of the county fair. Gianessa, the former sheriff of Hogsface, was played by special guest Dana Quercioli. Check out Dana's show Glass Basement, Thursdays at Chicago's I.O. Theater. Most days, Dana can be found peeling off her restrictive blonde wig, walking away from her photo shoot, joining an impromptu street protest, and offering law enforcement personnel a glistening can of Yoo-hoo. Stay sassy, Dana. Hello from the Magic Tavern is produced by Ryan DiGiorgi, Evan Jacover, and Arnie Niekamp. This episode edited by Chris Rathjen. Well, Craig, when the old font size drops from 14 to 12, that's your cue to swoop in and tackle all this minutia.
Music by Andy Poland, logo by Allard Laban, additional audio effects by Jason Knox, production assistance by Garrett Schultz. Visit us at hellofromthemagictavern.com or on Facebook or Twitter. Thanks to the Chicago Podcast Co-op and thanks to Earwolf. Hey, by the way, if you haven't rated or reviewed us on iTunes, that really helps the show and it helps people find it. So please, go rate us on iTunes, this completely fictional podcast.
Craig, when you think about it, people could email and demand that since the Dark Lord has been given so much airtime, he should finally get around to appearing on the show.
That email is magictavern@puppies.supplies.
And then maybe someone could grow a pair and finally email Will Wheaton. He's not hard to find.
Hey, thank you for listening to Hello from the Magic Tavern. A great way to support the podcast is to join our Patreon. You'll get ad-free versions of our entire back catalog, including all the Magic Tavern spin-offs like Offices and Bosses, I Am Spin Tax, Shadow Sit, there are a lot of them. There are 2 new exclusive bonus episodes every month, Discord, all kinds of stuff. To get more information, go to patreon.com/magictavern. That's patreon.com/magictavern.